Hey guys, welcome back. Next up in our how-to series, we're going to show you how to change the oil in your BMW. This is going to basically apply for everything 2006 and on, I do believe. Don't hold me to that. They're all basically the same. Here are the tools that you're going to need. This is what I use. I found out everything works out the best. I need some race ramps because my car is so low I can't even get the jack underneath of it. So I got race ramps. You're gonna need jack stands. Yes, use them. You're gonna need a jack. You're gonna need something to put your oil in. You're gonna need a torque wrench. You're going to need the BMW oil filter tool. Just gonna need a ratchet with a, I believe, 21 millimeter, which will go onto your filter tool, and the 17 millimeter, which will go onto your drain plug. You'll also need some oil for your car. Now check which kind that you need for your particular model. Mine's a 535 and you can run 5W40 or 5W30. I have this new Liqui Moly gen coming out because I see some oil on my engine block and I don't know if it's residual or not. So with this stuff is pretty sweet. It shines under a fluorescent light. So they give you a little fluorescent light with it and shine it after, a couple weeks of driving your car and see if it's new. And then you have your man oil filter. This is the only one. Let me open it up. This is the only one that you should ever buy. Don't ever buy a Chinese knockoff one or something from AutoZone. Comes with a new O-rings or 2 new O-rings for it. It's exactly what you need. It's not too hard of a job. I think I can do it like in 15-20 minutes, and I'm sure you guys can do it too, and I'm going to show you how. All right, next up, you're gonna get your jack and you're gonna slide it up underneath your car and jack it up onto your jack plate. See, this goes without a light. Keep going, and you'll see that little metal bracket right there. That is exactly what you're going to jack up your car. You can see mine's beat up because I've done this many times. So go ahead and jack it up. Get it up to the height of, I'd probably say 6 to 8 inches taller than your beer belly. That way you have enough room to get onto it and work. Now you're just going to get your jack stands underneath your car. If that's tall enough, you will see underneath the front you have these 2 little jack pads right there. Mine are all beat up because BMW makes this special little plastic jack pad adapter. Costs money. It's just supposed to save this. Makes it better, but I don't care. Underneath the car, no one's gonna see it. There you go. You just do that on both sides. Okay, now that that's done, you can slowly let down your car. Slowly. Okay. All right. Now slide it underneath your car. Get it all the way back. I'll show you where it goes. Ooh. Keep going back. Now, if you look, you're going to have this little hole right here. You know what? Let me get you some light. Much better for you. So you go probably a foot back from where you jacked up the car. You have this little access panel right here. Now, some of them have a little screw-in thing. Most don't. And you see that nut right there? That is where your oil is actually going to come out. So you're going to want to make sure that is underneath of it, or you're going to have a nice mess. So grab your ratchet with your 17 millimeter on it, and you just spin it. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to have to two-hand this. Okay, now it is broken free. Go ahead and screw it. Do not drop this nut in the oil pan because it will fall down in your hole and clog it up. Phone ringing, you know how that goes. Okay, now the oil's draining, so I'm gonna let that go. Got oil all over my hands. wash your hands. All right, now that you have your oil draining, go into your car, pop your hood right down here. Grab the lever, pop it up. Right here, you got your oil fill cap, and you have your oil filter cap. You can remove that, release some pressure, let all that oil drain out. Then, take your oil filter wrench, put it on like so. That's a 21mm socket. Grab your wrench, give it some turns. Now it's loose. I always just like to let it sit just for a minute or so, let it all drain out of it. Now go ahead, pull it out, try to make it all just drip into that right there, and set it off to the side. Now I have an oil leak from somewhere, so I'm going to try to wipe up all this oil and clean it up. You should do the same if you have an oil leak, because then you'll know it'll be your oil filter housing gasket or the cap, or it's coming from somewhere. Take your oil filter out of the box. Sorry, it's really windy out here. You're gonna pull that oil filter out. Now this plastic piece in here, that's what you're gonna keep. It's gonna stay in there. Oh, look at that. Push that out, just a simple push. You put the old one in the box or something, throw it away. Then this green ring, I'm gonna pop it out. And if you can't get it out with your fingernails, get a little pick. I have my little pick right here. Stick it in there, pull that out. Fun fact, this is also the same O-ring for your T-map sensor. And this black one, which is right here, we're gonna replace that. This O-ring is also the same one for your charge pipe. So if you're ever in a pinch, you can use them. Open up your bag, put your new one on. Like so. Put your green one on, like so. And your filter kit also comes with a new crush ring. You're gonna want that. I already took mine off. Make sure you slide that on for when we're ready. Take your filter. I don't think it really matters. I just always go number sides up, just because I feel like it. Right there. Grab that. And then we're gonna put it back on. Now, take your oil filter. Just pop it back in. Give it a good spin until you got it hand tight. Put your cap on, and everything's critical with BMW. You need to make sure this is torqued correctly. It's going to be 25 Newton meters, or about 18 foot-pounds of torque. So right there, I'm about 18. And give it some cranks. Tight. It's literally not that much torque at all. Nice and tight. There's that. Don't do that. Okay. Also, get that oil, residual oil, I'm going to clean off so that way I know anything fresh means it actually is leaking. Take some brake clean or any other cleaner you got. I stole this from Mike, some air intake cleaner. Next, you're going to want to go underneath the car with your 17 on your torque wrench, and you're going to torque down that bolt to 18 foot-pounds as well. There, right there. Screw it on. There's really no way to change your oil without getting oil on you. It's just going to happen. Now let this put back on. Go ahead and torque it down to 18. There's the click, so you can pull back out your light and your oil pan. Don't spill it over your driveway. I've done that. Next, you're going to take your oil and your funnel. Try my liquid moly. Now my N55 engine and some of the others take about 6.5 quarts of oil. Make sure you check for sure what type and how much oil that yours takes. Dip this. Look at that, it is green. It almost looks like antifreeze is in my car. That's crazy. It's actually my first time using this because it's towards the bottom back of my engine. I see some wet oil, so I'm gonna clean it all up, make sure there's nothing actually wrong with it or where the oil's coming from. Spill a little, it's all right. Make sure you clean it up just right away. It's just so weird that the stuff is green. Okay, so I got 6 quarts in. Now I'm gonna put a 1/2 quart in. Should be about right here on this. All right, I got 6.5 quarts in. Now get your funnel out. Wipe out any excess oil that you have. Go ahead and put your oil cap on and clean up your tools off your hood. If you place them there like I do in your engine bay, go back underneath your car, jack it up, remove the jack stands and lower it back down. The next part is pretty important. BMWs do not have dipsticks. The computer measures how long it takes the oil to warm up to temperature, and some voodoo happens and it tells you if your engine is low. So first get in your car, give it a start up, make sure there's no oil light on right away. That means you instantly screwed something up, and let it warm up to temperature. In the next step, I'm going to show you how to reset the oil service light through the dash. You don't have to get any special scanners or anything like that. So we just got to let the car warm up. While we're doing that, we're going to dispose of our old oil properly. Put it right back into the container you got it from, fill it up, take it to AutoZone, Napa, Advanced Auto, anywhere that sells it. Alright, car's been warming up for a while. I cleaned up my mess so we can go in and check the oil. Here in your menu screen, you're going to go all the way down to vehicle info. Then you're going to click on vehicle status and see right up there at top that already says engine level okay. It's right there where it's supposed to be. So now you can shut the car off. Once you have your car shut off, you can go ahead and just turn the power on. Don't start it up all the way. Of course, you got all these dings. Then you can see where it says 3 to 90 miles. You're going to want to clear that to where it's blank. So you hit your BC button, keep hitting that until that screen is blank. Now right over here is your button. You're going to hold that button until it comes up in the middle. Just keep holding it. I think it's like 5 seconds. See, brake pads came up first. I don't need them, so push it once. And then next up was engine oil. If yours happens to be different, you can just keep pushing the button. And so then you're gonna hold it down. It says reset. Let go of the button, hold it down again. And now it says reset in progress, you can let go. And boom, reset successful. So you can go ahead and shut your car back off. And that's how you change the oil in your BMW the right way. Go ahead and check out our other how-to videos or some of the racing and all the fun stuff we do with Klaus the Barbarian and the rest of everyone else's cars. We'll see you next time.